But of course, there's also a spiritual idea for lighting the Shabbat candles. When God created Adam and Eve and he gave them a commandment, they were supposed to live forever. When Eve partook of the forbidden fruit and she fed it to her husband, Adam, that brought death to the world. That, in a certain sense, extinguished the light of the world. Because when you go against God's will, you generate darkness and you remove the light. So because it was a woman who brought about that darkness, women were given the special responsibility to bring light into the world. And women have a much greater capacity to bring light into the world. Actually, there are three things, I'll talk about it more in another class. There are three things that associate with women in Judaism more than men: the idea of light, the idea of life, and the idea of holiness. Women associate that with faith. When the Jews rebelled against God in the desert with the golden calf, the women did not participate. When the men rebelled against God, when they refused to go to the promised land, the men did that. The women did not participate because their faith was much stronger. Their faith was not covered up. But we all have faith. Deep down, everyone has faith. But the faith is covered up by our minds, by our desires, by our obsessions and addictions that we want to satisfy. So it clouds our judgment and clouds our faith. But women have less of that cloud. Women, their faith is closer to the surface. And this has been the case throughout history. Women were always the heroes behind the scenes in maintaining the faith of their husbands, their sons, their brothers, and so on. So women are stronger in faith. Women have a much greater obsession with life. If you read all in the Torah, almost every single one proves her distinction by supporting life. Who's the first woman? Eve. What does Eve mean? Chava means life. And the Torah says she's the mother of all life. Now here she just brought death to the world, and what's her name? Her name is life. That means that the woman really has a greater connection than men.